In this video, we're going to give you a simple hack to increase your driver distance and ultimately lower your scores. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson. Welcome back to Get Good at Golf. If that's what you want to do, make sure you do hit that subscribe button below. So today we're talking driver and we're talking about trying to increase ball speed, because ultimately that is how you get more distance with the correct launch and the correct spin rate. To do that, we have to increase club head speed. Now, how can I swing this golf club quicker without going to the gym 3 times a week and thinking about my diet and everything else? Because I've got no interest in doing that, and I'm sure you guys haven't either. So we're going to look at a few different factors here on just how you can increase that club head speed by changing a few really simple factors in your golf swing. So if I would stand at the ball here and stand nice and wide, stand nice and athletic, you may think, oh, this is pretty much job done. I see so many people who stand really strongly at the golf ball and then swing really kind of awkwardly and then don't manage to hit the ball as far as potentially they should do. So how can I increase that club head speed whilst not making sure that I lose too many balls all over the course, because that isn't what I want to do either. So I'm going to make sure that as I take the club away, this is a really simple thing which a lot of golfers tend to get wrong. I'm going to keep the club low to the ground, but I'm going to get it as far away from me as possible. So I'm going to make sure I've got a nice kind of wide arc here, because as you can imagine, a driver that's coming from further away is going to be travelling quicker down into the ball, as long as you set your wrist correctly, which Chris is going to talk about a little bit later on in this video, because that can really help you generate more club head speed and ultimately more ball speed. So I see so many people who just kind of pick the driver up here and you think, well, from here I'm in a nice position, but because the club's travelled so vertically and so quickly up, generally what you start to see is a downward motion through the ball. Now if I hit you a downward motion through the ball, oh no, it started straight, but now it's gone right to that's in the rough. It's not gone very far, and it's gone to the right because I've put a glancing blow on that golf ball. That's not what we want to be doing at all. We want to have a nice solid impact at the golf. I've got the mud on there, that's awful, isn't it? But we want a nice solid impact. So to do that, I'm going to make sure that I take the club away nice and low to the ground, as we said, and from here set the club up. Chris is going to talk more about that set in a second, but for me, if I can do that, I can aim a little bit further down the middle of the fairway and smash it down the left hand side of that fairway. So just by making sure I take the club away correctly, I can generate more club head speed, hit straighter drives, and help you get good at golf.
So guys, great points there from James about keeping width. So we do want to keep that, and we need some drills obviously for you to do on the driving range. And a good drill for you to do is just to take the club away with your left hand only, really feeling like you can keep that arm nice and straight. From here, I can then take my grip. You'll see there, it's in a nice set position at the top. My wrist is not bowed or cupped even, and it's not bowed. We've got that into a nice solid position. For any reason you start to overdo your wrist set, we'll have no real control. The arm will start to break, we'll start to see the club not in a great position, we'll start to see that we've got a lot of cupping in that wrist. So just being able to think, okay, right, let me do my first check, because we know we want a good solid grip to be able to generate speed. So I've got it through the fingers, nice and neutral. I can see 2 knuckles on my wrist, and then if I just let that arm turn to the top, you can see again I've got a nice flat wrist here. I can take my grip, and that's a nice set position for me to be nice and wide with this left arm, and then come into impact. You see there, it's very easy, but a good way to do this to start with is, yes, maybe not with your driver hitting it one-handed, but maybe just doing it with some pitch shots, maybe getting your pitching wedge out and just starting to say, right, can I keep this arm nice and straight and get that body turning and start to keep my width. You'll start to see then we're going to be able to better use our wrist, because I understanding with one hand and checking your grip, we're able to make sure that, right, when I do bring 2 hands in, I'm not oversetting. A lot of people think, oh, I've got to set. You see there, it becomes very narrow and close to my body, and like James mentioned, from here we're trying to recreate that. Are we then trying to straighten this left arm in the downswing? Are we then trying to cast it? James did some great analysis of fishing motions the other week. If anyone didn't see that video, I will tag it, because got some great comments that James knows nothing about fishing, which is lucky. It's not a fishing channel. But once we've done that a couple of times and you've done some one-handed shots, you're able to then come in here, really get the width in that swing, and then just commit to your shot. And you'll start to see a nice penetrating ball flight. That's just going down the right hand side just into the rough, but I can get a much more solid shot. I can get more ball speed off the club face. We're going to get you closer to the hole, and then from there, it's going to help you hit more greens and get good at golf.